Former disgraced New York Governor Andrew Cuomo forced to give back the millions he made on his COVID-era memoir.
That's right. Joe Concha is here to talk about this. Joe, I remember when he became the former governor, a lot of people were saying, well, he still has the $5 million from the book, and now it looks like he's going to have to give it back.
Amazing. He may have to get a loan from his brother by the time Chris Cuomo gets $18 million more out of CNN. Look, Carly, when people ask why would the governor and his top aides cover up the nursing home deaths in the way they did, well, now we know, to secure a $5 million book deal. And remember, when Cuomo was negotiating this book deal in the middle of a pandemic, mind you, he had approval ratings around 70%, easily the highest of his career. So, yeah, it was the right time to write a book and a wrong time to have bad news about the nursing home scandal come out, because then obviously your leverage is gone as far as getting that book deal. And it truly is justice now that the LovGov needs to hand back that money. This is a guy who thought it was a great idea to put COVID-positive patients back in the nursing homes, and then he covered it up. He was awarded millions and an Emmy for doing by far the worst job of any governor in the country on COVID. Now he's out of a job, as is his PR chief in the form of his brother, now formerly of CNN, and Chris. How the not-so-mighty have fallen, guys.
Yeah, Joe, I think that is the key point that you made. It's not just the accusations of having your staff write the book, which is enough to force you to pay back the money, but it's the fact that he needed that positive pub in order to promote and sell the book. That's a key point that you make. Here's the Cuomo spokesperson, that's not his brother, responding, quote, "This is political hypocrisy and duplicity at its worst. Government resources could not be used, and they weren't. And any staffer who assisted in this project did so on their own time." Isn't that just patently false, Joe? I mean, literally patently false.
Yeah, when I'm not working for, a governor, or I'm not working for The Hill or Fox News, in my own time, I help people write books for free. That's the thing that, is what you do in your off time in New York, where you have other things to do. It's so ridiculous. But how do you treat anything that anyone says associated with this governor seriously, or take it to credibility in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah. So, Joe, the San Francisco Chronicle has a piece out that's getting some attention. It's titled "Kamala Harris Has Redecorated the VP's Office." Here's the meaning behind her choices. And then you have the House Judiciary GOP Twitter account heading back saying, crazy how she doesn't have time to visit the border. She's going to get all that. But what do you think about her getting this string of positive coverage from some news sources now, news outlets now? What do you make of the timing of that?
I believe it was last week, about 10 days ago, where we heard reports that the Biden administration, Harris's handlers, the president's handlers, having secret meetings with top news organizations saying, you got to give us better press. You have to sell Build Back Better, our infrastructure bill, which has nothing to do with infrastructure, better. You have to give us better press. You're hitting us too hard. And now, magically, they're getting a lot of decent press. And look, 43% approval is actually one of the best polls Ms. Harris has received in some time. I'm not sure what those 43% approve of. You mentioned the border and her performance there. It's a catastrophe. It's certainly not her work ethic. She's been as visible as Ed Snowden these days. Her handlers have her as scripted as any politician we have ever seen. She might as well be now the lead singer of Greed of the Meat Conglomerate at this point.
Joe,
because that might be a better fit.
Joe watches the show. But, Joe, to your point, I mean, we saw Chuck Todd over the weekend basically make excuses for Joe Biden. Now we're seeing Fashion Week come to the office of Kamala Harris. It's a great point, and we're going to see it because they asked the media to help them out. Now they're getting the help. Joe Concha, lead drummer for Greed of the Meat Conglomerate.
He's the drummer?
I appreciate your time.
All right, I got bass. I'll see ya.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.